In this episode, Ryan walks you through a mistake he has made today, even after 20 years as a professional landlord. There's nothing to be ashamed of, because mistakes happen, and in this episode, Ryan shows you how to recognize these mistakes before they happen, and how to avoid losing money. Problems, challenges, and opportunities on Thursday. Every Thursday, Ryan takes you deep inside his business, sharing his problems, walks you through his challenges, talks about the opportunities that you only find once you've broken through the wall. That's the secret that every entrepreneur discovers, because the biggest problem in your business today usually becomes your greatest opportunity and asset tomorrow.
Hey podcasters, I hope everybody is well. This is just a quick episode just to let you know about a mistake and some mistakes that I've made in the past and I've made today. 21st of September 2020, and trying to do people favors turns out to be a mistake. So what I did is a rental property we have in Brighton, a studio flat. The previous tenant, they left the property during the pandemic. They wanted to go back overseas. I think their university course had finished. Something along those lines, and they ran out of money. So we did a deal with them, released them, let them leave early, and the deposit I believe that we used as rent. I don't think they had any monies on account, and we didn't charge them any termination fees or anything else for leaving early, etc., etc. And more or less, they didn't give us any notice at all because they was waiting for a flight. When they got the flight, they were basically gone. So we didn't have any time to market the property or notice, etc., etc. So we released them early, and that was part of the pandemic, just to get them out, to be honest. So yeah, we took the hit and released them early. Okay, so after that, we went into the property. We had to really give it a very, very deep clean. I mean, it's the smallest studio in the world. Everything's in one room. It's like a hotel room. With a bed, with a lounge, with a cooker, with a washing machine, tumble dryer, kitchen, everything else, then the bathroom separate. So it's a very, very, very cozy studio. But we did manage to achieve £985 a month without the bills, £1,200 a month with the bills. So we got a very good return for that particular property. As it happens, we only actually pay $650 a month for that property. So nearly a 100% return. Anyways, okay, that's including the bills, 100% return. Anyways, so we had it deep cleaned the carpets, etc., changed all the bedding. It was left in very, very bad condition. And then we moved the next guest or the next tenant into the property. Okay, so next tenant moves into the property. Everything is all good. It's all been professionally cleaned. It's nice. And they want to leave early. So this particular tenant stayed for around about 3 months. It was a company let on a company rental agreement. They were going to stay long term. They only ended up staying for 3 months. And they said, I tell you what we'll do. We found somebody else. We found a friend. They want to move in. They work at the same company. They're on a longer term contract. 6 months minimum they will stay. $1,200 a month they will pay. Etc., etc. Are you happy for me to show them? We said yes. You show them. They saw the property. They liked the property, and then they said, can we move in like immediately, straight away? So obviously, we say, well, it needs to be professionally cleaned. We need to sort of check the last guest out first. We need to just do some checks, etc., etc. It'd probably take about, it's fast for us. To be honest, it's just a case of one of us getting round there to have a look at it. Everything else can be done instantly. So it's a case of it could be done in a day. I think we said it'd probably take 2 or 3 days. Okay, the guy is like, can I move in today? We're like, well, we haven't cleaned it. We haven't done this. We haven't done that. It's like, well, the house is fine. The flat's fine. I'm happy. If I can go in today, I'll just do the little bit of cleaning myself. It's not that bad at all. And just bring my own bed in. We're like, okay, if you're happy with that, that's fine. He says he knows the guy, they're friends, etc., etc., work at the same company. So we're like, okay, it's the same agreement. It's just a change of name on the agreement. Your company should approve it relatively quickly because it is literally just a change of name. All the other terms remain the same. So we said, okay, fine. Let's do this. Let's go.
If you're already shortletting on Booking.com or Airbnb and you're not generating 8,200 for your 3 beds, 6,200 for your 2 beds, or even 4,100 for your 1 beds each month, then oh my goodness, you're losing money every single month. Now, I created an ebook to show you exactly how we hit those numbers consistently in my business, and I want to give you a free copy so I can show you exactly how you can do the same. Just go to www.theyrentandyhome.com/free book and tell me where to send your copy. Does that make sense?
Okay, so the guy says my company will probably take about a week. Is it right if I just jump in? And we said, look, we're quite flexible. We're quite easygoing. Why don't you just jump inside today? We're happy with that. The last guy's been fine. You seem to be okay as well. Just jump in and then we can do the paperwork or get the paperwork agreed over the next few days, etc. Then as soon as it comes through with your company, then they can pay us the money. So technically he moved in without paying any money at all and without us doing a checkout. He just took it, the last guy left and moved straight in. Now, we don't usually do this. However, we decided to do it because, it was saving time, it was saving costs. He knew the other guy. They were friends from the same company. So it's literally just one moving out, one moving in, and they're from the same company. So only because of that, we said, yes, fine, you can do it. And it's from a company paying it, not an individual. Anyway, the guy moves in. 3 days, nothing. We didn't hear anything about the company. He says, the company's taking a while to do it. We know that's not the case because previously the company did it in 24 hours. Anyway, we said, okay, fine. We'll give you to the end of the week. So we had a week to do it. Comes to the end of the week, nothing. No email, no reply, no apology. Company hasn't done it. So we send him an email, say, hi, we haven't heard anything. It's been a week. You've lived there. He then makes a payment of £800 and says, my company's been delayed. They're very busy. They'll deal with it next week. In the next few days, I've now missed it. It's the weekend. So we said, okay, fine. He sent £800. Okay. And then another week goes by. We haven't heard anything. And he hasn't replied to any messages. On the Friday, we email and call. We get nothing. So now he's been there 2 weeks. We email again in the afternoon. We hear nothing. So we email again and say we haven't heard back. The company hasn't contacted us. There's a balance outstanding. You haven't really got a contract. We've done this all in good faith. You haven't responded. So unless we hear back from you by midday tomorrow or the balance, you will have to check out. And that's basically it. We don't hear anything on Saturday. We don't hear anything on Sunday. On Monday, we send the email again saying we haven't heard anything. We're coming to the property today at midday and we will be taking possession back. Now, this is a holiday rental, short-term rental, no AST. They missed the payments. They are out. There's no protection from eviction. They're not protected from the Housing Act. It's a non-Housing Act agreement, whatever anybody says. The Boris, I love Boris. I named my cat after Boris, a little Sphinx cat. Whatever anybody says or Boris says, these contracts we issue fall outside the Housing Act. They're not protected from eviction. It's very simple, like a hotel agreement. We use a very, very specific agreement that enables us to just get them out or call the police if they don't leave. And that's the way we need it, especially now during a pandemic and with the protection from eviction and everything else. Anyway, not going to bore you with all of that crap. So the guy then, when we say we're going to be there at midday, he then sends us a text message saying, I've taken all my stuff out today. I can't meet you now. I'll meet you at 2 p.m. Basically, he's gone there then to get all of his stuff out of the apartment and he's left. And I just went to meet him to collect the keys. Now, where is the problem? Few problems here, few mistakes I made. I went to view the property straight after collecting the keys, and not even to my surprise, he hasn't even washed up. He hasn't even made the bed. He hasn't even put the dirty bedding he used in a bag. He hasn't even taken the rubbish out. There's marks and footprints all over the floor. There's hair cut in the bathroom where he's had a shave. There's razors everywhere. There's stuff in the shower. Basically, it's worse than a hotel room. It's like he's lived there, I don't know, 3 months and not cleaned up at all. He's dirty, he's messy, and just very disrespectful. So he didn't even clean up his mess, the guys. So we have no real contract. We don't have any money on account. We don't have a deposit on account because whatever money he paid, he used it over those 2 weeks and 3-4 days. He stayed there, didn't even really, well, it covered the cost of the rental, £400 a week, which is £1,600 a month. I guess we got a little bit extra there. Instead of the £300 a week, we got 4. So we got £200 extra on account. Anyway, we got no notice. We got to find new tenants. Not that that's a problem. Just means my team and I have to work harder because now it's empty to find a new tenant. So mistakes, trusting people, thinking one person from one company can go straight into another deal with the same company. Should have spoken to someone at the company, not their employees, because they're useless. Now we got the problem of who caused the mess. Who caused the damage to the carpet? Who left it in a terrible state? Did this guy receive it in a terrible state before, so he thought he'll give it back in that state? Or did the last guy leave it in a very good condition because we've sent him his deposit back, £500? We have no deposit on account now from this guy. However, he's moved in and moved out. There's fucking marks all over the carpet, fucking shit everywhere, washing up everywhere, mess everywhere. It needs a deep clean again. That will cost us £100. And it needs photographing again, a bit of styling again. That will probably cost us about £150. So, few mistakes there. I should have known this, but just trusting people, taking them on face value, assuming they have the same morals, values, ethics as me, and saying, fine, take the apartment, no contract, just move in, no money, no deposit, don't pay any rent, just jump in, let your company sort out the paperwork later and the funds, and then just transfer them over to us when you're done. That didn't happen. Many mistakes I made there. What can you do? Just sharing that with you guys, my thoughts, just rambling in between meetings of some mistakes that I'm still making 20 years into the property business.
He's a #1 Amazon bestseller. He's an NLP manipulator. He's a property course seller. He's a Lamborghini driving multi-millionaire property guru. Forget that same old boring I am me narcissistic podcast format because nobody gives a fuck. This podcast is all about you. So I'm taking these few seconds to thank you for subscribing, to thank you for leaving your 5-star reviews, and thank you for sharing this show with all of your friends. My team and I will keep bringing you these episodes and answering all of your burning questions in my Facebook community group called Property Crash Course. If you can just keep telling all of your friends about this show.